Okay, I'm setting up for my next series that I'm going to get started on. I'm almost made a final decision. I thought about doing this series before. I never really did a full series to Del Beyond the Imaginary Curve. I just sent him some messages. I think it was about the clouds at the time. I don't think I had found even the rest of the nanocarbon in the moon. I'm putting a green filter on this camera right now. So I'm just grabbing some research videos. I'm putting together some research videos that I'm going to put together for Gav and Del from Beyond the Imaginary Curve. I always like those guys. They're nice guys. If they truly are on the awakening, I'll find out just like I'm doing with everybody else. It's my system. So this will be my way of calling him out officially. Jamie from A Plain Truth, as far as he goes, I feel I called him out properly, and he failed. He's definitely up to no good. So I feel pretty confident about him, so I don't feel bad. But with Del, I didn't really do a series to Del. I just posted some shit on my YouTube about the clouds, and then he and Russian Vids right away mailed me back, and that's not usual for them because I'd been mailing them both for years. So I kind of figured Del for a possible show too, and also Del's channel wasn't going anywhere, but there was a lot of things that I also liked about Del. So he seemed like he could possibly be a real person. I liked the way that he didn't like using the words flat earth. I like that about Del. He didn't fall into that trap as much as everybody else did. Even the name on his channel, Beyond the Imaginary Curve, at least he was smart enough. Even before I was, I was still using the terminology flat earth to piss people off, to get them aggravated. It was a purposeful thing, because it was obvious that people were going to get pissed. As soon as you gave any indication of that's what you were thinking, or even thinking of talking about. Okay, lady, I'm doing fucking 40. I'm gonna take a turn right, fucking bitch. So as I say, I'm gonna make sure I don't get nailed by the cops, but I also got fucking lady on my hands. So yeah, so I'm gonna do these videos for Del and Gav, and I'm gonna also throw into it. I've been trying to decide, is it gonna be Santos Bonacci, because I always like Santos as well, but I think I'm going to save Santos for the next one. I think what's going to happen in this one to Del, and I think it's going to be Brian Austin Lambert, because Brian deserves it too. I mean, as much as everybody hates Brian Austin Lambert, his theory is very good. I mean, I don't agree with it, but it is a very good theory. I mean, it could blow my model or other people's model out of the water, really. He does take a lot of little bits and pieces of truth from the religions and puts them together. The only place he really loses me on things with Brian Austin Lambert. So Brian, if you're listening, this is going to be the first few videos that I'm going to be making for you guys. You lost me on two things. One of them was when I built the ice dome, because I made my own ice dome, several of them, and I don't have the visual. I don't get the same visual with the stars, the moon, the sun, with an ice dome. So I'd more along the lines of go with the other religions, the Christian religions, which is very few talk about, which is a molten glass firmament. And I wasn't even at a molten glass firmament just a month ago. I was thinking nanocarbon, more like what you see at the cloud level. I was thinking something like that, like you could swish your fingers through it. But after building my model and talking about other people's models, it just clicked. And I'm like, why couldn't it be? Think about it. Glass, we use sand to make glass. So why couldn't it be something of that nature, So the reason why I'm mentioning that is because in Brian Austin Lambert's theory, he brings up some biblical text that I always liked. I always had a connection with this theory. It's a religious theory, I guess, supposedly. But anyways, at one time the skies opened up and people looked into the heavens. And I like this idea even back when 12 years ago, when I started finding that the veil was being lifted, but I didn't know that it was a veil. I didn't know exactly how it works. And even the word veil, it may get changed. If the word egg wasn't so stereotypical of a word, like people would get a picture of a chicken egg when you say the word egg. Otherwise, a veil, at least the word veil sounds a little classier. I'm being honest. Otherwise, I would have already changed it to egg, because that's more to me what my model ends up looking like when I put it all together. So when the heavens opened up and people looked up, or the skies opened up and people looked into the heavens. Now, I think that Brian might be right about that, being a little bits and pieces of truth, because now they learn their lesson from that. They'll never lift the veil or remove the veil from above our heads where we can see into it. That's why I think 12 years ago, when I noticed that the veil was being lifted I'm in Massachusetts, so my heavy northeast and my heavy southwest had a light all night long. I've been talking about this for years, and now you go look today, everybody still ignores it. I pointed out to my fucking neighbors, friends, people on YouTube, you name it. I'm all over the place with these things. And people at school, I'll mention it to them. Anywhere. I'll just talk about it with people openly. No one looks. No one fucking gives a fuck. So for the last, I don't know, at least 3 years now, 3 to 4 years, somewhere around there, because I'm not big on calendars and clocks, but somewhere around there, it's been our entire east and our entire west. And I've been telling people about that, and I'm like, you gotta go fucking see it. What's going on, the most ridiculous things. Anyways, I'm spouting off. So that can be looked at. So Brian Austin Lambert, the east and the west. Go look. And in our east and in our west, we're going to see that veil being lifted. Now, the reason why, if it's being lifted in the north, I know there's a reason why we might not be seeing that being lifted in our north. If you know the model, and you do, Brian, you do know. That's why this is going to be a fun one for me to do too, because Brian also knows that the earth is not a spinny wet ball, so at least with Dell and with Brian, both of you, or at least we can all agree on that. So yeah, Brian, the South, what you, I, and Dell and Gav know as the South, that outer ring. And I wish you'd go watch the videos if you haven't yet, about my model, and you'll get a gist of the model. I'm not going to get to doing a video of the model for you for like 20 to 30 videos in, because I have so much that I'm going to want to show you guys. So I don't even know if I'm looking at anything in the clouds. Yeah, I guess over there. So anyways, these are just research vids that I'm putting together for a series that I'm going to do for you guys. And you can go see this for yourselves. You can go see this nanocarbons all around you. It's an electromagnetic nanocarbon system. We're looking for 6 triangular shapes. These 6 triangular shaped nanocarbon, for some reason, I don't know, I haven't got it all figured out. I'm just telling you what I do have figured out. And what you can see with your own eyes. I don't have to convince you of anything. You'll be able to see it. And you're not going to believe how many you're going to actually be able to see, because you're going to start, once you start picking up on this, you're going to realize, oh shit, they're by the billions, gazillions, they're everywhere. So those are the things, anyways, Brian, too, that I can't go along with on some of these other things, like the ice dome. But the plasma, the idea of it being plasma, works on the same idea as a radiation band or a radiation belt in the heliocentric model, and I'm fine with those things. The lights of heaven, like I said in my earlier videos, I'm fine with it being that as well. I don't know, I can't get there. Not even visually. I'd have to guess by looking and using the sun as that window, using the window to look in at the veil, beyond the veil, I should say, and into the radiation. I don't know if that's a fair view or not, because it could be, because I call them the holes in the veil. The sun, the moon, the stars, I call the holes in the veil. That's what I call them. But they're actually areas of light that are they're not areas of light until they are hit by that radiation band, by that plasma, by that heavenly light. That's where they get their ignition from. That's where they get their power from, is from that, and that's how they become lit. So anyways, these are going to be fun videos. I'm more experienced at being able to show you the imagery and bring this stuff to you. I'm more experienced now than I was a few months ago, so I'll be able to make it a faster ride and more fun, but I'm not an entertainer. It's great that neither of you will care that I swear, because I swear like a fucking trooper. So I'm glad you won't be offended by that. This will be a fun series for me to do. I usually go to about 100, but sometimes I run under, sometimes I run over. It depends on what's going on. So it'll be like a 100-part series. It's only going to take me about a week to put it together. It don't take long. I've got the research videos up to yin yang. I usually just pick a few nights here and there when I'm least aggravated. So yeah, you can even pick them out of the videos that you're looking at right now. It's gonna maybe take you a few days, maybe a couple weeks. You'll start, see it. By the time these series are done, I will take you in on stones, rocks, trees, some landscape, smoke, water. I'll bring you in on everything and show you that the nanocarbon and the imagery that it creates are everywhere. The imagery that it creates: feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast. Face within face within face, I should mention. When we get up to the moon and looking in at the moon and the veil, and the moon, at least anyway, I can't speak for the veil yet, but the moon is the only place that I can find body imagery. Not a lot of them, but out of the millions of images that are in the moon, that make up the moon, have a whole new way of tracking the moon now. A lot of fun. Got a digital way. I'm going to take you into it digitally, into the moon, and then through the computer, and then I'm going to print them up, and we're going to do it by paper, which is great fun. I got it all worked out. My drawing table is excellent now for doing these camera shots. What else? I don't know. I got to run in here and get something under right out. Yeah, so I'll probably end up moving around a lot faster on these videos too, because you guys both. I don't have to play games with you guys. I'm gonna have fun doing this series. I am. Um, you guys are already up on most of the shit that I'm gonna talk about and everything like that. I will say, oh, Sylvie is another one. I just did a series to Sylvie and Brother Sanchez because I do like both of those channels as well. I like Sylvie and Brother Sanchez. I used to, anyways. I used to watch their channels, just like Del, your channel. I used to like watching your channel, but the only thing is, Del, you stopped going anywhere. You just were staying on the same shit all the time. And like you always said to people, if don't like it, then don't fucking watch it. Don't bug me and don't bust my balls. And I like that about you. You're just a straightforward guy. I like that. And so is Brian. Brian Austin Lambert, also a straightforward guy. So Brian, you mentioned Sylvie's channel, New Earth channel, in your videos that you did for your model. As far as Sylvie goes, Del, you might want to look into her channel. Shit, fucking blow red. You might want to look into her channel. It's very interesting stuff. So what I'm about to say, Del, you may not be familiar with. Maybe you are. Maybe you seem to know all your shit. Sylvie talks a lot about different things that this nanocarbon all comes into play. All right, how did they build those 50-ton, or how did they move those 50-ton to 350-ton stones? How did they cut them? How did they get them in place? Now, I'm going to bring you into lightning before this series is over. As a matter of fact, I got to go back and add some lightning videos to Brother Sanchez series because I got copyright strikes on those videos. They were only 2 20-minute videos, and I had to take them down. I had to delete them, so I'll go back to that. But I'm going to do that for you, too. I'm going to bring you into the lightning, and I just downloaded some good lightning videos. I'll be able to show you the imagery of the nanocarbon in the lightning, and that's why I'm bringing up Sylvie. See, that's how we used to do it, guys. That's how we used to do it. We used to have what today called weather, lightning, tornadoes, hurricanes. We used to have this technology. It's an electromagnetic nanocarbon system, the entire system. If you control the sound resonance, which we do, we control the sound resonance, just that the zombies are so fucking stupid, they don't realize how much control they really have of everything. But anyways, shit, I'm not gonna get my parking spot, I guess. Alright, it's not a good place to park, but yeah, maybe that looks good. Way over here somewhere. I gotta run in and get a coffee. I'm very nonchalant. I don't give a fuck. So, I'm not out to make videos to entertain anybody. Nor you, Del, or Brian. It's not entertainment. But you should be fine with that as well. Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah. He is so stinking cute. I can't. Bye.
So even right now, what you guys are looking at into these clouds right now, Brian, Dell, anybody else who's watching, you can see the nanocarbon. Take your cell phone out of your pocket, turn it on the camera, and aim it up at your monitor. And you'll be able to go in deeper on the clouds, move your phone closer to the screen as you need to, and you'll go in tighter and tighter on the imagery. Once you get a handle on the imagery, look for the eyes, the noses, and the mouths of the imagery. And then you'll start picking out the nanocarbon. That's where you'll start it. And once you start picking out the nanocarbon and the shapes, the 6 triangular shapes, you'll see them everywhere. What time is it? 10 o'clock. Yeah, you'll see the nanocarbon everywhere. You'll start picking it up with your eyes. You won't even need the camera anymore, and you'll start seeing it. We're only starting with the clouds because the rest of it, when we get down to the ground, it depends on where you go and who the person is, I guess. But when you're collecting nanocarbon from the ground level, people have a very hard time. They're thinking, they've been told all their lives pretty much, they got it stuck in their head, that they're only seeing what they want to see. So if they look into the trees and they see beasts, or if they look into the fields and they see feline, canine, ape-rodent, human, and beast, or looking into the clouds is a little more forgivable for people because they were told when they were kids they could look up at the clouds and use what's called their imagination. They can use their imagination and pick out images in the sky and the clouds, right? Now, I'll be able to take you through all this and show you that. And you're going to say, holy shit, how did we never notice this before? Because it's always been there. It's always been there. They were not chemtrailing. I'm going to talk a lot about the chemtrailing as we go along as well. You call it chemtrailing. That's what most people call it. It's, heavy metal aerosol sprays. That's what it is. And I'm going to show you and just explain to you as we go along. Not that I'm any authority to you guys, because just like I said to Sylvia and Brother Sanchez, I respect you guys. I respect your balls to go out and speak against what everybody else was saying. Just for that alone, I have respect for you. I don't care if Brian is a Freemason and Dell ends up being a Freemason or a Illuminati fucking shill. Who cares? Everybody is. Everybody is. They all work for the system. Keep saying that throughout my videos. Everybody. Family, friends, parents, believe it or not, they all work for the same fucking system. They may not get the kickbacks. They might not take the big salaries or whatever, but believe me, they're all working for the same system. The bullshit system. Fucking liars. Anyways, so I'll be able to bring you through all this, and you'll see. So, when you look at and I jump all over the place, I'm all over. These are only the first few videos anyway, and it's just research videos, so I'll do this, I'll ramble off, and it's hard to think while I'm driving and make sure I don't hit nobody and make sure I'm not going to get pulled over. And I got a phone sitting on my fucking dash, probably pulled me over for that, who knows. So back to Sylvie. She does those videos. New Earth is the name of her channel, and she's always wondering, how did they do these things? How did they move these things? Well, they move them because they knew the technology. What we today call weather, lightning, thunder, these different things. They knew how the sound resonances were affecting the nanocarbon and how to move these stones. It was very, very easy. As far as melting the stones and making them soft and then hard again, same fucking thing. If you know the recipes for doing all this, then it's quite easy. And obviously there's still groups of people here on Earth that still know how to do this consciously, not subconsciously, like the 6.8 billion zombie slaves. Because the 6.8 billion zombie slaves are the ones that are truly in control of all this. But if their refusal to wake up, and they refuse to wake up, not just a couple thousand of us, not a couple million of us, no. It's got to be the whole 6.8 billion, unfortunately. Everybody's got to wake up for this. And then when they all wake up, it's just that easy. There are no more wars. There are no more, shit. The technology that we have now is garbage. I was saying in earlier videos, now that I'm learning all this nanocarbon, like the invention of the wheel, everybody thinks is so great. It was one of the biggest setbacks we ever. Oh my God, the gears and wheels, forget it. No way. That's why I say too, sound resonance, huge with all this nanocarbon. So all the trees, where they're planted, what's become protected forests, it's all for a reason. It's all for a reason. I'm going to be able to show you, you'll be able to see for yourself, especially Gav's going to love some of this shit that's going to spew out of my mouth. I know, and Gav knows, there's no such thing as zero, and there's no such thing as infinity. And a lot of people get very fucking pissed off when you tell them shit like this. Gav will probably be okay with it. He will be okay with it. And Del seems to be like he's going to be okay. I don't know how Brian's going to react to that, but it's true, and it's provable. There are no zeros. There's no such thing. It's human construct. Anything that's human construct, get rid of it. The periodic table, I'm working on it. It's got to go. It does not work in this system. The system that we live in, the real true system, this electromagnetic nanocarbon system, does not work that way. It doesn't see up, down, left, or right. It doesn't see backward, forward. As a matter of fact, it does not even need to determine weight of anything. You're going to see. I'll show you when I'm in front of my desk. We'll go over some of that. And I'm actually putting together that table right now, the new table. And I think I'm going to need more triangles in my model that I'm making for that. Should be good for a laugh. Because I'm just sick of waiting around, man. I'm just sick of waiting around for other people to wake up. So fuck it. If I got to put it together myself, if I don't get it right the first time, try again, I guess. Yeah, I usually have a wide angle lens on, too, when I'm driving around. I don't have it today or yesterday. I'm putting together another channel. I'm making another channel. I'm going to start doing series on them. I think I'm going to still do this series here to Del and Gav and Brian on my Michael Oziak channel, my regular channel for now. And I'm just going to keep uploading to the other channel, the Homeless Patent Project channel. Is that nobody doing it? Looks like it. Here. Driving a truck, no license. Yeah, let's just look around a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm going to start bringing you different cloud days, right? We're going to start off in the clouds. I'm going to run through the clouds rather quick for you. Usually I go 25 to 50 videos before I even start breaking it up and then going up to the moon and start doing the imagery in the moon. but I'm gonna jump forward. On the street. I'm gonna jump forward with you guys pretty quickly because I just got some new techniques together on the moon, and I think it's pretty fascinating. And I don't want to drop the ball on it, so I want to kind of move through the clouds fairly quickly for you guys. I'll go back to the clouds like in the middle, like 50 series, 50 parts in or something. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and you know, take your time and watch these videos that I'm doing. I mean, my swearing shouldn't bother you. I'm gonna rank you guys out. You guys go ahead and rank me out if you want. I'm gonna fucking rank you out because I'm still pissed about Del fucking, you know, kind of just being a dick. I don't think he's as much of a dick as Russian Viz was. He definitely was. I mean, Russian Viz was trying to pull some shit. But Del wrote to me. He probably won't even remember he wrote to me, probably. Who knows? He wrote something to me like shrugging me off about the clouds. But it's much more than that now. So this is going to be my way, Del, of calling you out to find out for myself. Obviously, I only got 11 subscribers. So the chances of me embarrassing any of you and calling you out and embarrassing it, it's not going to happen. I mean, with Brian Austin Lambert, with his girl, what the hell's Mia? Or I think her name is, or something like that. You know, you guys got fucking thousands of views yourselves, you know, 50,000 views per video and stuff like. So someone like myself with 6 views and 10 views, no, that's not what this is about. I'm not going to get to you that way. I'm not going to be able to like call you out that way. No, I'm just calling you out for myself. Hoping that someday, as people awaken, then it'll be like, okay, well, Del, geez, shit, this guy Mike Oziak made a 100-part series to you. Obviously, you knew, you know, what was going on. Why didn't you go look at these things for yourself or whatever, you know? That's my hope. I know it's not going to be like an instantaneous fucking thing where I got like 50,000 views and they're all saying, yeah, what the fuck, man, you know? And Brian, don't be offended by the things I'm going to say to you either, because I like your model. I mean, your model's so fucking close, you know, to this model as well. That's why I've been making videos to Sylvie and other channels as well too, because if they're really like right on that dude Matt, when I listen to 3 of his videos, I just listened to 3 of his videos. Quantum of Consciousness channel. Now I don't know Matt, and I know a lot of the dudes Matt runs with though, because when I went and watched those 3 videos, I got a good gist of who Matt was, and I like the dude, even if he is a shill. So I did a series to him. Hopefully he woke up. Hopefully he's looking around. But now I know some of the people he hangs with are definitely, you know, not people that I want to. The Sun and the Moon group, he should not be bothered with them fucking people. But this is not grade school, and I can't tell people who to hang around with. So, you know, he could be a nice guy, you know what I mean? You know, who knows? And there's a whole shitload more. Even Martin Kenny. I mean, who am I to say? You know, Martin Kenny's model's also close to these other models. I don't mention Martin Kenny because he's too geocentric. I'll mention him and talk about him when, and I don't want to rank him out because I actually like him too. He's a nice guy. But Martin Kenny's thing is he branches off. He's a student of Santos Bonacci. So, you know, he's using Santos theories or teachings to build his model. So therefore it's a geocentric model, and I'm not listening to any geocentric bullshit anymore. I'm done with anything that I can't prove for myself, you know. And the geocentric model is actually really great because, again, these heavy metals, these heavy metals, the holes in the veil, the moon, the stars, the sun, they got them figured out and how they're working. I mean, that's true. This astrology and astronomy combined make up all these things that I'm talking about with the nanocarbon. It's the same shit, same thing. Think about it. You know, as I'm going along, you'll be thinking about these things. So Santos is not that far off either, right? If you think about it, he's maybe has different names on them. He may not even know the heavy metals that they're made up with. I think we can all help each other. I think if we all started doing these videos to each other, anybody who's real anyway, and we made these video series to each other and put it out there to each other, you know, maybe we'd get somewhere. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But to be arguing, if Dell's still arguing, I don't know, because again, most of you guys, Brian didn't even have a channel, really like a regular channel to watch. Brian more or less just made videos like I do. So, I watched majority of his videos. Then Brian, you got really fucking stupid with all the money shit and everything like that. I mean, so fucking silly. If you're trying to save the fucking earth, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big deal. I have to play it down like it's not a big deal. I have to laugh about it, and I have to joke about things and laugh and ridicule back at the morons. I have to do those things. For my own sanity, or insanity, or lack thereof, or whatever. But I have to do those things in order to keep myself in check. But as far as charging charging people money, come on. And then to find out the final ending, you gotta come on, Brian. I mean, were you supposed to look like an asshole? Is that part of the deal? To make yourself look like an asshole at the end? Yeah, I brought you this far, but if you want to know the date of when this is all going to go down, I mean, I hate to tell you, Brian, but that reset button was already hit like 12, 13 years ago or something like that. Everybody's trying to figure it out. And I know you and Mia were trying to figure it out too, because you even put up a posting of when did your awakening begin. And I believe the majority of people said 2010. That's maybe when they started realizing that they were awakening, but it was already probably happening even before that. It was when the veil started being lifted. So when you look to your heavy northeast and your heavy southwest, 12, 13 years ago, I can vouch for at least as far back as that, the veil was being lifted. The other thing is the sun turning white and not being yellow anymore. That was another major change that happened in our system that nobody paid attention to. Nobody fucking cares. So, that happened, who knows, 12 to 15 years ago, something like that. So, of course, I think everything happened 12 to 15 years ago because that's when my awakening began, like 12 to 15 years ago. And it hit me hard, and it never stopped. And I guess it was a reason, because it was all building me up so that when I learned what I now know, what I'm trying to show you, when I finally came to these things, I wouldn't be afraid to look at them. And I'd be just like, okay, yep, I can deal with this. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no big fucking better than fucking all the other shit that I was. At least now I can see it for myself. You have your own evidence for yourself. You can prove it to yourselves. And I'll say this, everything else is a distraction. Everything is a distraction from what I'm about to show you over the next 100 to 150 videos. The next 100-part series that I'm going to show you guys. Again, not because I'm showing you something that you don't already know. You all already know what I'm going to tell you. You're just never going to fucking, admit it. We've all been programmed. All of us. It's all part of breaking the program. And then once you break it the rest of the way, there might even be more for me too. I don't know. I don't know if this is the end. This is the final fucking chapter that I found it all. Maybe there's more to find. There definitely is, because one of my biggest questions, as I've been finding all this, you'll hear me ask it a million times. Okay, the 6 different shaped nanocarbon creating 6 images: feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast. And when you think about that, of all the things we know of on this earth, but yet when I'm showing you into these clouds right now as I'm driving around, you won't be picking up all of them. It may take you a while. Your eyes are going to need to focus. You're going to need to come to terms with all this and stuff. By the way, it is in Scotland just as much as it is in Massachusetts, as it is in the States, I should say. Dell. Don't think that you're on scot-free because you're fucking in Scotland. No, you've got to do. You can drive around on your bike with a sky cam and just aim your camera up at your clouds and you'll be all set. I don't remember what I was talking about. I do that. I jump all over the place, especially for these videos. If I almost run somebody over or get in an accident, it usually throws me out for a couple minutes. Yeah, so, Brian, that's what fucked me up on that thing with Brian was asking for money at the end. Not even asking money, it was more like extortion, really, the way you did it. It's not like if you wanted to do something like that and get money out of it, you should have just put your old lady up there at the front it all. Because at least she's nice. She's not an asshole like, me and you are. I'm an asshole too, so I understand. I don't want to be nice to anybody either, really. So, so I get that. So you kind of have to extort people, I guess, is what I'm saying. Because who's going to throw cash at you when you're such an asshole? Nobody. That's why I was saying I don't have any fucking friends. There's nobody that's going to like me. I'm an asshole. I can't deny that. I mean, I can't. It's inevitable to be able to have to admit that. But so what? It's not what this is about. This is not about me changing my personality to entertain you. It's not about that because I don't want to entertain you. Anybody, for that matter. I don't want to be an entertainer. I think that entertainment is a good portion of the problem. By the way, those are my trademarks. Blowing my nose and coughing and gagging is part of my trademark. So you'll hear a lot of that. Again, I could pause to blow my nose. For what? I could slow down on my cigarette smoking and probably cough less. Or I could buy some throat spray. I've been thinking about that. I should probably buy some throat spray. And just have it. That's what the professionals do, right? Yeah, so when I have these dash cams on, Gav, when I've got the dash cams on, what I usually do is pull into a parking lot, and I pull around and just do some 360s, turn around in the lot slowly if I can. I learned that the tighter the circles, the worse off it is. It gets blurry, in other words, it gets blurry. So I'll park different ways and show me different things and whatever. And again, it's just, they're just research vids anyway, so. What I'll do is I'll take these back to the computer. Once they're uploaded onto YouTube, then I go back and tighten the pixels again by doing video shoots of them on the computer. It tightens the pixels up. But now I'm doing all that on paper now too, and I'm having a lot of fun. I don't remember how I discovered that. I forget. Oh, I was looking at moon stuff. Yeah, I'll get into that another time. So yeah, these are kind of boring. My videos are a little bit boring, but if you just suffer through them, they're only 20-minute videos. These ones here, this is a 46-minute video. It's a long video, so I'll probably just end it now. I did a lot of chatting in it, so that's why it's, one of my introduction videos. It'll probably come on, it'll be like part 4 or 5 of my introduction to your series. And I like to do the first 3 or 4 parts of the series at least behind the desk if I can. This way I can concentrate a little bit more on what I'm talking about and all that shit. And have music too to play if I want to throw